Hello. I'm here to announce that, unfortunately, I'm not going to be here for the next era of YouTube. Many other YouTubers have quit within the past 3 months, and when it first started to happen, I tried to convince myself that I wouldn't be one of them, that I would be within the next generation of YouTube to hopefully cultivate a fan base for the upcoming years, and life proved me wrong in this regard. Lately, high school has taken all of my time. When winter break hit, I was motivated again and quickly announced my return. To compensate for my new schedule, I decided that I would post once a month. Not even 2 months later, I found out that would not even work. The Backrooms community, and I cannot put this lightly, has fallen to ashes. Revived by Kane Pixels at first, and then it got sliced into three, and then it was left to die again. A brief mention of Kane Pixels, he technically inspired all of us. When he went off to work on the movie, when he took that extended break that I don't blame him for needing, everything went downhill. So here I am, thinking I could be the next best thing and setting expectations too high for myself. Dates too short, goals too unrealistic. I began too late, and my later life has begun a little earlier, to say the least. No matter how many times I've tried to resurface anymore, it doesn't ever come back the same. I kept trying to change my methods of production, but after the summer of 2023 hit, nothing stuck. Noticeably, the longer I'm away, the more things change, and I've developed a mindset where I cannot adapt to that change. A land flourishing, the land I once hyper-productive and actively participating within, has now become a barren wasteland. Getting past all the metaphors, I need to remind everyone that I'm leaving about for the same reason everyone else is: life. I no longer have time to work on things, and this is a very hard time lately for me to adjust to my new surroundings. Instead of actively participating in a fandom, I have to actively participate in bettering myself for the real world, something I will always struggle with immensely. I lack the will and commitment, but that's part is beside the point. I keep saying this every single time I reach a milestone and leave, but I never expected to get this far. This is the most of a fan base I've ever gotten. In truth, I started making YouTube videos almost 5 years ago, but only a small percent of the videos I've made over that time are still out there. These are still here because they are the most successful, aside for the already made content I made. It's been almost 2 years of Backrooms here, and after the 1 year milestone, I immediately got nothing done. I finally accept that nobody really cares anymore. As of reading this, a few days after I wrote the script, that is completely untrue, and I thank you for everyone who actually cared about my series. I know you guys are all into other things now. That is true. I just haven't been able to face that yet. And, well, that's more my fault than anyone else's, but continuing on. Should I be able to bounce back from this? Should this be one of the stories where no matter how hard life gets, you have to prove the doubts in you wrong? Maybe it could have been, but I simply brought this on myself. I haven't realized until now that I wasn't disallowed from joining groups of people. I was always too afraid to do so. I never allowed myself the chance to develop socially, and so I'm facing the consequences. It used to be that, in times like this, I could turn my feelings into good content videos. An example would be those edits I made, like things that are beautiful and transient, misplaced disc drifting in time, flightless bird, it's fine every time, and so on. Now I don't have the time or creative juices left. Later in life, I do hope to create a series, whether that be by TV or book, but here on YouTube just isn't it. I'm probably going to become an author in adulthood or something, and in retrospective, this has been a stepping stone for practice in that future career, and now I must take the next step forwards. But I know that later on, I'll end up investing my time in something else creative and or art-related. It just won't be on here, likely. I might come back around the time Backrooms movie is released, or summer break it for the most part, but that's really up to how good the movie ends up being. or how available I am over summer break. Now that I've got all that out, and all of those reading retakes done, I'm going to give you guys what I promised to give when I said I might leave. A full set of things on Ashley and Reality's boundary, or everything I managed to finish for that matter. If you feel inspired by any of those, by all means, you can make your story based on this. All I ask is you give credit and keep it as true to the source material as you possibly can, depending on whether or not you're fully recreating the series or if you're taking a bit of a spin on it. That's the end of my video essay portion explaining this all. Once again, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I suppose we're all moving on. And for any of you who have ever watched my videos, whether you found me 2 years ago or yesterday and you're watching right now, thank you for watching.